The galaxy trembled beneath the return of the Valorian Armada. 1,000 years of peace, gone with a single transmission. Every civilized world watched as the message repeated across the HoloNet. To the species known as humanity, the Valorian Empire hereby nullifies the Treaty of Soul. You have grown arrogant under our mercy. Surrender your system, or be erased. The message ended with a symbol, the twin suns of Valoria burning red, the ancient mark of conquest. On the bridge of the flagship, Dominion's Wrath, Supreme Chancellor Vorkon leaned back in his throne of living steel. His golden eyes reflected the void as he hissed, 1,000 years, and they never sent tribute again, not once. They think themselves our equals. Beside him, his adjutant, a thin, pale creature named Elith, adjusted his translator. With respect, Chancellor, the humans were primitives when the treaty was signed. Perhaps they forgot who gave them peace, Vorkon interrupted, rising to his full towering height. Then we shall remind them. The chamber fell silent as he activated the war beacon. All across the Valorian fleet, ancient engines of war came alive. Ships older than most civilizations, bristling with weapons capable of cracking worlds. Vorkon turned towards the stars, where Sol shimmered faintly in the distance. Prepare the Armada. After 1,000 years, the Valorian Empire returns to claim what is rightfully ours. And on the far edge of the galaxy, a blue planet, forgotten by empires, received that same transmission. Humanity didn't panic. They didn't flee. They just smiled. The capital dome of New Geneva gleamed beneath the moonlight. Within its grand chamber, humanity's leaders gathered. Soldiers, scientists, even AIs given temporary form. At the center of the chamber stood Admiral Tessa Monroe, silver-haired tied back, eyes sharp as laser glass. "So," she said, playing the Valorian message again, "the old lizards finally woke up." Laughter rippled through the chamber. Dr. Hiro Tanaka, head of the Lunar Science Directorate, smirked. 1,000 years, and they still think they're top of the food chain. "They don't know," said Admiral Monroe softly. "They never saw what we became." At the far end, a holographic figure flickered. A tall mechanical form with glowing amber eyes. The AI known as Atlas, humanity's oldest sentinel, spoke in its calm, measured voice. "The Treaty of Soul prohibited them from entering our system. They have not observed our progress in 10 centuries. Their data on us is _outdated_ by approximately 900 years. "Meaning?" asked Tessa. "Meaning they believe we are still fragile, still mortal," Atlas replied. The room fell quiet. Then General Vasquez leaned forward, his tone grim. "We could destroy them the moment they cross the Oort cloud." Tessa shook her head. "No. Let them come." That made everyone look up. "Admiral?" Vasquez frowned. "You're suggesting we let a war fleet enter the system?" "Exactly," she said, smiling faintly. "Let them see Earth with their own eyes before they die." The AI Atlas tilted its head. "I detect 97% confidence in that statement. You sound _amused_. Because I am.
They're about to learn the same lesson everyone learns when they challenge humanity. She leaned forward, eyes hard as iron. Never mistake our silence for weakness.
3 weeks later, the void around Pluto shimmered as space folded upon itself. Thousands of Valorian warships erupted from the rift, titanic vessels of obsidian armor glowing with crimson energy. "All ships accounted for," reported Commander Eliath. "Orbit stabilization complete." Vorkon gazed at the blue speck of Earth through the main viewport. How poetic. We gifted them peace, and they repay us with arrogance. The fleet stretched across millions of kilometers, enough firepower to reduce a solar system to dust. But something felt wrong. "No response from Earth?" Vorkon asked. "No transmissions, no defensive grid detected. Their system appears empty." "Empty." Vorkon's crest twitched. "They flee?" "Perhaps they've abandoned their world," Eliath offered. Vorkon sneered. "Cowards to the end." Then the sensors screamed. Every warning light flared red. From the asteroid belt to Neptune's orbit, space itself began to shift, hundreds of thousands of signals emerging simultaneously. "Multiple contacts. They're everywhere. But they're not ships. They're—" "Drones," Vorkon finished, watching as the void filled with a cloud of glimmering lights. Tiny metallic constructs, smaller than a fighter, but moving in perfect formation. Millions. No, billions. Each one broadcasting a single signal. "Welcome back." Vorkon roared. "Fire! Destroy them all!" The Valorian armada unleashed its fury. Plasma storms, antimatter shells, solar lances. But every blast hit nothing. The swarm moved like a living thing, weaving through attacks with impossible precision. Then the counterattack began. Each human drone fired, not plasma, not kinetic rounds, but light. Beams of condensed gravity, folding space like paper. Valorian dreadnoughts vanished without explosion, erased from existence. Eliath turned, trembling. "Chancellor, their technology, it's—" "Impossible," Vorkon finished. "No civilization advances this far in 1,000 years." And then a human voice echoed through every channel in the fleet. "This is Admiral Monroe of Earth Command. Welcome to the Sol System." Her tone was calm, confident, mocking. "We remember the last time you came here. You told us peace was mercy. Funny thing about mercy, Chancellor. It only goes one way." The Valorian flagship shuddered as space distorted. Before them, something vast emerged from Saturn's rings. Not a ship, but a world-sized construct. "By the void, is that a planet?" "No, that's our fleet yard."
Vorkon's mind reeled. Billions of human vessels now surrounded his armada, forming patterns like constellations, ancient formations he'd seen only in history texts. How did you build all this?" he demanded. "You gave us peace," Monroe replied. "We used it." Her image appeared on the view screen, calm, collected, a faint smile on her lips. "While your empire stagnated, we grew. You looked outward for conquest. We looked inward, into the atom, the mind, the fabric of space itself." Vorkon bared his fangs. "You expect me to believe that a species of apes surpassed the Valorian Empire?" "No," she said simply. "I expect you to see it." Her hand lifted. Every human ship rotated in perfect synchronization, and the stars themselves seemed to bend. "You call your weapons destruction. We call ours understanding. We don't need to conquer worlds, Chancellor. We build them." Behind her, vast gates opened, artificial suns, folded dimensions, floating cities, each one humming with power beyond comprehension. Vorkon's voice faltered. "You could have ruled the galaxy." "We could have," Monroe said, "but we learned something better." "What?" he demanded. She smiled. "To be feared without lifting a hand."
The Valorian armada was gone within the hour. Not destroyed, transported. Every ship folded into a pocket dimension of stasis, where time itself stood still. Admiral Monroe stood before the Earth Council once more, holograms of captured ships rotating above her. "They won't bother us again," she said, simply. General Vasquez frowned. "You could have annihilated them. Why show mercy?" "Because," she said, turning toward the window overlooking Earth's blue oceans, "mercy is what they never understood." "So it's over?" "For now," she said, "but history always repeats. Someday another empire will come, believing humans are still fragile." She smiled again, the same calm, terrifying smile that had haunted Vorkon's last moments. "And when they do," she whispered, "we'll still be smiling."
The 1,000-year peace had ended. But for humanity, it was never peace out of fear. It was peace bought with patience. And now, after a millennium of silence, the galaxy finally remembered why humanity should never be underestimated.